zins, no problems.
No zins, no problem. Do you think this thing picks up a fart?
I'm sure if you put it close to your asshole, it definitely does. That pops.
Yeah,
that
pops.
definitely went in.
Oh,
I'm gonna say, now you're gonna smell it on the filter.
Smells like shit, dude.
You
That's
basically just wiped your ass with the microphone.
First time I've wiped this year.
All the must just came clean off.
I worked with a dude who swore every poop was a ghost poop. He was also severely disabled.
There's no way.
But he swore every poop was a ghost poop. He's like, I don't even wipe anymore. I know it's gonna be a ghost poop.
What do you think the percentage of disabled people are in the plumbing industry? 50%?
Yeah.
You definitely work with like the highest rate of dumb people I know.
I'm also a very mean person.
Yeah, or maybe you're just very judgmental.
I think that could be it.
I get worried sometimes that I'm just a fucking prick.
No, I've accepted I'm an asshole.
Yeah. Like we both had the same
temperament.
Yeah, we saw a fucking a stand-up fucking carousel of photos of the people that went on stage for an open mic, and we both locked in on the same person.
Yeah,
like
the girl
with the absolute gunt on her,
the 45-pound fupa.
Yeah,
so funny.
I'm not even positive that was a girl. Can never be too sure, especially in that crowd.
Very much looked like Gorlock, the Destroyer.
Yeah, of the same cloth, for sure.
I want to go back and just do some more comedy, but be terrible on purpose. I think might actually be funnier than writing jokes.
You got to get the meta glasses and just record yourself doing, like, if you just do your bit while they get mad, I feel like that might actually play better.
I'd want to go and just drop the N. N-bombing an open mic.
Honestly, you're probably not the first person. I feel like you wouldn't be the first person to do it at that open mic.
There's one dude there who still is 1/4 black, but reps it hard as shit.
Yeah.
And he's really cool, and he uses it on stage, and it's borderline. So I asked, I'm friends with him. He follows me on Instagram. Very nice guy, even though I only talked to him maybe 8 times I've been there.
Yeah.
But I asked him, I said, can I say it up there? And he said, we'd have a problem. I should go up there and N-bomb it.
Just to see what he does?
It'd be fun. Use it in the worst possible way. No, I mean, not like, not, no, in the worst possible way sounds wrong, but not even as the butt of a joke. Just slide it in there somewhere where it doesn't even make sense to be saying it.
Yeah, you just gotta put it in there somewhere and just maybe do it under your breath too.
Yeah. That'd be so good.
Like you say a joke that bombs and you just fucking rip it immediately.
Oh, you guys laughed at that fucking boop.
Oh,
so funny. They'd never let me back.
You would be banned.
The next time I go, I am getting myself banned.
We'll just go. For me, that'd be my second time. It'd just be over right away. Just like, all right.
Yep.
We tried.
I tried to get into it, but I can't do a 1:30 spot if I have to be up for work at 4 a.m.
Yeah, it's impossible.
That just does not work out.
Yeah.
I gotta find a new hobby. I might get back into butterfly knives.
Butterfly knives is a sick way to do it.
That's very much a dad's not around hobby.
Yeah. Yeah, you grabbed it.
Yeah.
He gave you $20 to walk around the flea market, and you came home with a butterfly knife. He doesn't know about that. Kept that one secret.
Yeah. I keep saying this, but I already told the flea market story.
Yeah.
Butterfly knives is definitely a dad's not home hobby. There's got to be other ones out there.
Dad's not home. Taking any motorized vehicle and just. What I used to do is we had a nice 4-wheeler growing up, and I had a pedal go-kart. Like it was just a cart, and what we would do is once I turned 12, we figured out that we could just take a tow strap and just tow it onto the front of that thing, and we just fucking drive the ATV around the yard with this fucking go-kart tied to the back, and just hold on until you couldn't hold on anymore and just go flying.
That's fun. That's a good time.
unsupervised motorized vehicles when you're like ages 10 to 15 are like the best that you're ever going to have.
Oh yeah,
on a
even older
motorized
than that.
vehicle.
I got my. Well, we should call her one buddy. I hadn't seen him in a while. The one who lives out west now.
Yeah.
I just picked up a dirt bike and we went out to the bar and I think I probably still was drinking with a fake ID.
Yeah.
And slammed like 3 Long Islands and then said, let's go back to my place and look at my dirt bike. And I got on the dirt bike and I had this thing for all of 3 months, just still barely knew how to ride it, but I could kind of do a wheelie.
Yeah.
So I said, do you want to watch me do a wheelie on my dirt bike? Fucking hammered. And I dumped the clutch going from first to second to try to pop it up and just completely looped it out. The bike went flying
shit.
maybe 30 feet, just fucking straight into the woods, and I landed on my ass in my yard.
That is insane. I have not had a lot of luck in my life on 2 wheels. When I was like 8, my dad got me like one of those like Honda 70s.
Yeah, I had one too.
I was riding it around the driveway, and I was going around the side of the house, and he had his work truck out front, and I just I panicked and I just hit the throttle, dude. And I just drove the wheel into the side of his bed on his truck. I pushed the entire there was literally like an imprint of the front of the dirt bike in the side of the bed. Like, it had to get a new bed. It had to get replaced. It was fucked. And I was just like, he was like, what the fuck? I was just like, well, obviously I didn't do it on purpose, dude. Like, I just don't know what I'm doing. And I just never got on a dirt bike again.
The most mad I made my dad, I think, was we just got new garage doors, and I was riding my skateboard down the driveway and jumped off it, and the skateboard cruised into the garage doors and left a massive dent after we had them for about a month. There's a pretty big flip out.
There's nothing funnier than like you know in the moment that you fucked up, but as soon as it happens, you start laughing a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you know it's going to be funny because your dad's just going to lose his mind.
And he wasn't even home. I didn't know what to do.
You just wait.
Yeah.
You just sit and wait.
Mm-hmm.
That was like my dad used to go on a bunch of business trips when I was a kid. And then that's when you fuck up. And then all of a sudden you get home and he's like, oh, you thought I forgot. I was like, fuck. No. You have such like a deep sense of fear for your dad when you're a kid. And then when you get older, you're just like, it's just my dad. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck
he's just
is he
a
gonna do?
dude.
Yeah, he's just a guy.
It's so funny. Fuck.
Parents, they feel like the most important thing in the world to you until you hit a certain age. And then you're just like, damn. They don't know what they're doing either.
No. Yeah.
Literally have no clue. The first time you realize that your parents don't know what they're doing is such like a sobering. You're like, damn. What the fuck? I was looking up to this.
That was funny.
like my dad just goes to the bar he goes to the same bar every day for 4 hours every day, without fail.
You gotta lock in.
I'm like, maybe one day I can aspire to that, but I haven't been able to cross that bridge yet. Honestly, I don't blame him. I feel like being a regular at some place is just nice.
Yeah. Cranking beers is fun in general.
Yeah.
I like to crank heavy.
I've never had a bad time drinking beer.
No.
Even when you black out, it's still redeeming.
Yeah, blacking out became less and less fun as I got older. I've had some bad blackouts. One time I went to a party and I fell asleep in the piss alley. Do you know how drunk you have to be to fall asleep in the... Yeah, I fell asleep in the piss alley.
That's brutal.
And then they woke me up.
Were you getting pissed on?
No.
Okay.
There was a bulkhead. You went outside to take a piss. I went out to take a piss and just decided to lie down for a bit. I don't think I lied down in the piss, but near the piss. I was piss adjacent.
Piss adjacent. We one of the my first blackout that resulted in disaster. It was like an after. It wasn't prom. Maybe it was like the week after prom. We like went to this kid's house, and his parents always let us drink there, and they were fully aware of it.
Was it the KD? Or the CD, the Curry Dungeon?
Yes. Yeah. We're in the Curry Dungeon. And this night we came to my house first, and we had Malibu in the fridge. And
I used to drink so much Malibu.
I grabbed a water bottle of Malibu, and we showed up at 8:00. We finished the water bottle of Malibu by 9, and then me and our cop buddy, we drank probably 5 beers till 10, and I blacked out at 10:30. That's an early blackout.
Yeah.
The last thing I remember was that I could barely stand, and I was pissing my initials into the woods. I was holding my dick and spelling my initials, and standing right next to our buddy. So we were both doing it, and then I have a video. Remember the SpongeBob episode where Squidward's going future?
Yeah.
I was blacked out in this kid's basement, just doing the Squidward crunches in the corner, non-verbal, for 20 minutes. And then I guess I went when it was time to go to bed. They had a balcony at the front door. You walk into a house and there's the stairs, and then there's the balcony for the stairs. They had 20-foot ceilings. I was in the bedroom that was right in front of the balcony. Instead of me throwing up in the bed, I got up, walked out, and threw up over the balcony.
That's so baseball.
At 1 a.m., I threw up over the balcony. The parents had to get out a ladder and clean up the throw up off the wall.
That's so baseball.
And then I woke up at 6:30 in the morning, butt ass naked, in front of his parents' room, sleeping on the floor, face down, with my ass out.
Yeah.
Underwear nowhere to be found. I guess I just threw up all over myself. Just ruined the entire night. Tanked everything.
Well, my last blackout was when we went and did stand up, and I also had that trade show that night.
Yeah,
so I was drinking for free.
Yeah.
So I put down maybe 15 beers, and then I think that's the night I took the beer with me on the Uber on the way home.
Yeah, you had it.
I'm
you had
drinking
it,
in the back of this
one.
Sudanese guy's fucking Camry. And my roommate was out of town, so when I get drunk, I just love lying on the floor, like a tile. If you're blackout drunk, the best
nice
thing
and
you
cold,
do.
dude.
So I went to the bathroom to puke and took all my clothes off, and woke up the next morning butt ass naked in my own bathroom on the floor, which was a good time. When I woke up, it was like a Call of Duty cutscene. Well, you see your arms, and there's the bright light and the ringing in your ears.
You got the flashlight. You got the flashbang wearing off, and the hand in front of the eyes.
The lights were on. The bathroom fan was going. That was a crazy one. But my last blackout before that was bad. Was I went to go visit my dad down in Florida, and he had to work, and just at night, and he said, all right, just do whatever you want. So I was left alone at a place where a mile to my left was 50 bars and a mile to my right was another 50 bars.
Yeah.
So I went out. So he left me alone from maybe 2 in the afternoon until 2 at night. I was just by myself.
That's all, especially with the way you drink. That's
nothing to do but drink. So I was like, okay, I can get a double session in if I play this smart.
Yeah.
So as soon as he left, I went to the beach. I did a lot of walking. I walked like a mile to the beach. And I found a bar on the beach and just started cranking on the beach. I had 3 or 4 Tito soda waters and then took a nap. Nice 2-hour long nap
on the beach.
I didn't bring my phone with me. I didn't bring anything except a driver's license and a debit card.
Jesus Christ.
Because I knew I wanted to just drink, hop in the water, and then sleep.
Yeah.
So I woke up maybe on the beach at 5:30, maybe 6, just sunburnt, ready to have a good time. Went and showered, and then my dad has one of those electric scooters that you can drive around, and people just park those outside the bars down there. And no one fucks with them. So then Act 2 is me on an electric scooter with all these bars to go to. and no one to go with. So I
Yeah.
started riding around just cranking beers. And at first it was very tame, very mellow. Had some sliders, had some beers. And then I knew I was starting to get a buzz when I showed up to one place and they had a Elvis impersonator singing outside in a parking lot. So I got a high top there and cranked like 4 beers watching this dude. I was so locked in.
Oh my god.
And I wish I recorded him, but I think my phone was on 3% battery this whole night. But if I recorded, he was dressed like Elvis, singing Elvis songs, like the full suit, cape, whatever. And no one else at this event was less than the age of 75.
Yeah, that sounds.
Just watching an Elvis impersonator in a parking lot.
Yeah. Jesus.
So, hefty buzz there. And the scooter had some range. So I took a 4-mile ride on this thing down, just smashing bar after bar on the way down, and maybe hit 4 bars. It was like, okay, I'm fucked up now. Time to turn around and go home. I'm on my way back, and there's one last bar left I really wanted to go to. And there's a bouncer in the line outside, and I'm on this fucking electric scooter humming at the place. I'm doing like maybe 15 miles an hour. And I start to get closer to the bar, and I'm maybe 30 feet away from the front door. And I go to pull up a handicap ramp. It wasn't a handicap ramp. It was a 4-inch granite curve, dude. I hit it doing like 12 miles an hour. Over the handlebars. Slide on the pavement until I'm maybe 15 feet away from the bouncer. And I stand up and brush myself off, and the scooter's on the ground behind me. And the bouncer looks at me and goes, "Go home, man." He goes, "Call it a night. Go home." And there's a line of people waiting to get in this bar just laughing at me. I was like, I was nonverbal at that point. I didn't even respond.
Oh, shit.
So I got back on the scooter, went back, fucking parked that bitch, fucking puked, but I made it in the toilet, and then took all my clothes off and fell asleep. And I woke up the next morning. My dad's making breakfast, and it's 9 a.m. And I'm just in my underwear on the couch, fucking still trashed.
Yeah.
He's like, "You have a good night last night?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What happened to the scooter?" And it's just completely scuffed. I was like, I hit like a fucking swerve to avoid an iguana. Like, I completely sugarcoated it.
Yeah.
But you need a bender. A solo bender is something everyone needs to do at least once.
That is true. I forgot the best detail from the blackout in the Curry dungeon. The next morning I went, you go to do the debrief with everybody from the night before so you can figure out what exactly happened. So I went downstairs to the dungeon, and our buddy was there on the couch. And the way that this basement's set up is there's couch, chair, couch. But it's like in a V shape. So like the chair in the middle is like the center of the conversation, because this guy was like an absolute fag and that's what he wanted. He was like, I gotta lead the conversation. So our buddy's sleeping on this couch, a girl in our grade sleeping on the other couch, and I sit down in the chair and I'm like, yeah, we're like recapping the night, and then we're probably talking for like 20 minutes, and I just like, I'm like, why, like, is this chair wet? Like, am I tripping right now, or is this thing wet? And then the girl goes, yeah, it's definitely wet. I was like, what does that mean? She goes, yeah, he got up in the middle of the night and pissed on the chair. So I've been marinating in this chair for 20 minutes that's completely like doused with piss.
And that's wake up piss.
Yeah, like, so the way that our buddy explained it is, he goes, yeah, dude, I got up, I walked upstairs, and I pissed. And she's like, no, you got up from the couch, you turned, whipped out your dick, pissed on the chair, and then kept brushing the side of the chair like it was a toilet, and then you just sat back down and fell asleep. I was like, not only did I just like make a complete ass out of myself the next morning, I like the only clothes I had left after I threw up on myself were now covered in piss.
I've never pissed on anything while drunk.
That's a good streak to have.
Yeah.
I would like to have that streak. I don't think I have either, but I don't know. blacked out too many times to keep that as like a factual statement. Not sure.
Yeah.
I've definitely I've woken up in from sleep and just stood up and pissed before.
Really?
This happened the week before I went to college. So I just woke up in the middle of the night. I stood up and I was like, you have that haze where you're aware that you're awake, but your body's just doing whatever. Mm-hmm. So I was awake and I got up. I stood up next to my bed, turned towards my bed, pulled down my pants, pulled my penis out, and then just started pissing on my bed. And then I had the realization where I was like, why am I peeing right now?
I think my worst offense is a shower poop.
That is considerably worse.
I was on vacation. I forget where exactly I was, but I wasn't even fucked up or anything. I just went to go fart in the shower and fucking.
Just the love of the game, just a misjudgment.
Just ripped some buckshot in a fucking hotel shower.
Oh my god! And a removable hose, hopefully.
No, and what sucks though is
no extendo. Jesus.
The worst part after that is you have to just continue to shower, obviously to get the poop off you. But then you got to do it with cold water, because if you do it with hot water, it heats the poop up. You smell it, and you smell it.
Yeah, it gets.
You got to just. So now I'm taking a cold poop shower. It was not fun.
Cold poop shower. It sounds like shower. One of the worst things that could ever happen to you.
I was checking out that day too, so I fucking.
Jesus.
That was it.
A cold buckshot to end the vacation. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
At least you weren't sharing the hotel room with anybody.
No, I was definitely solo.
Yeah, that makes it at least redeemable. Was that a next day beer poop?
Yeah, I think it was a beer poop.
Sometimes the beer poops get questionable. We're not sure.
I sort of just loosely remember it. So many things happen. It's hard to. Every shit can't be memorable. I could go poop story for poop story with just about anyone out there.
Yeah. I got a good poop story. This is the most NASCAR thing to ever happen.
Oh, I fucking love NASCAR.
My dad's a big NASCAR guy, and we used to go up all the time for a little NASCAR action. He used to camp at the speedway, and he'd be gone for the whole week, which means that he was just getting as fucked up as humanly possible. But I got up early this day, and I was my dad was like, "Yeah, just meet us up there. We'll go watch some races." It's they do modifieds and the truck series the day before the NASCAR race.
Yeah.
This is 7:30 in the morning. The day just started. I got up, I showered, put my clothes on. I get in the car, and I'm sitting in the back seat because I think my sister was going. So it was my mom and my sister, and I'm sitting in the back seat, and I go to fart. I shit myself immediately. I'm 30 minutes into the day. It's 8 o'clock. And it's an hour. It's an hour ride to get to the speedway, and I just am sitting in just this shart.
You didn't say anything?
No. My mom and my sister, what am I gonna do?
Dude,
I just sat.
You gotta pipe up, Playboy.
I sat in my own shit for an hour, and then we get to the fucking trailer, and I walk in immediately, and I'm like, I gotta address the situation immediately. I go to open the door. One of my dad's friends is shitting in there. Just didn't lock the door. I just saw a 45-year-old man just shitting first thing in the morning, and he was naked too. It was a great so
seeing a naked grown man taking a dump is
then he gets up, and then anybody knows the camping trailer toilet paper is useless.
Yeah.
It's the thinnest toilet paper that you can have. So I wiped up what I could. Didn't have another pair of underwear on me. Couldn't discreetly throw out a pair of underwear. So I just fucking cleaned it the best I could, and I wore my shit underwear.
You were walking around in shitty drawers?
My shitty drawers for 7 hours.
No way.
I sat through 3 races.
Oh.
I sat through the modifieds,
that's how you get
the
a
truck
rash,
series.
Bro.
It was one of the worst days of my life. It was horrible.
I don't want to use all my good poop stories, but I think
we've gone heavy on the poop the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, my worst one by far was I was in 8th grade, and I used to go to the same when I was down visiting my grandparents. I was like, oh, I want to go to the same barber shop Grandpa goes to and have the same lady do it, which was fun. I got to do that every once in a while, and it was a fantastic Sam's, and I was getting my fucking hair cut, and we were waiting there forever. And when I was a kid, I was like borderline lactose intolerant. Like ice cream just fucking ran right through me and shit. So I probably ate something fucked up I shouldn't have. But I was halfway through a fucking haircut at Fantastic Sam's and went to fart. It was fucking gasoline came out of my. You know when you have, when you have diarrhea and there's no substance to it. It's just like a burning liquid. I fucking just ripped a fart, and it was like someone dumped like a pint glass of diesel down my pants halfway through a fucking haircut. So I started crying, and then the lady's like, "Keep in mind I'm 12, dude. I got pubes when this happened. This isn't like I have fucking pubes, dude, and rip like some fucking 93 octane fucking stomach juice just straight up my asshole. I start crying. My mom's like, "Oh, what happened?" I'm like, I'm freaking out, crying in the barbershop.
Your white socks are just
insane
insane color of brown.
Stood up and fucking laughed. My mom had to pay the lady. They didn't even finish my haircut. My mom's like, "Could we come back and like you could finish it?" I'm like, "No, Mom. Like, Dad will cut my hair. Dad will cut my hair.
It's over."
So we fucking went home and fucking changed my underwear, and then my dad just gave me a buzz cut. I didn't want a buzz cut, but that's what happens if you shit your pants at the barber shop.
Yeah,
Dad has to give you a haircut.
You lost all rights to finish that. Did the hairdresser know what just happened?
Yeah. I was like, I shit myself. And it was bad because like,
she had to clean the fucking seat afterwards, and then somebody had to get their haircut right after you.
Yes. And what sucks, dude, is a turd is contained.
The gasoline. There's no
turd
hope,
is
dude.
contained. Like this was. I'm not joking. It came out like rubbing alcohol. Like
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It could seep through any fabric.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. I'll never forget. I had that happen to me when I was a kid. I was standing in the morning going to brush my teeth, and it was like I was getting ready for school, and I just went to go to fart, just the runny leg, and it was over. I was just like, this day's done. There's nothing I can do from now.
Yeah, it's like straight mustard gas that just comes out. That was a bad one.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
That's still an honorable mention, though. I'm saving the good ones.
That is the fact that is just an honorable mention blows my mind.
Yeah. I have a severe fucking problem.
That is nuts.
I think probably every 18 months I up the game.
Yeah, with I mean in your industry it's all poop stories.
Yeah. Another good one was the first time I used a bidet.
Oh boy.
Dude, landing at the airport in fucking Japan, I had to take a massive shit after a 15-hour flight. And of course I'm backwards hat douchebag.
Yeah.
So I go to take a shit and I'm shitting. I got my hat on backwards. I got a sweatshirt on. And I'd never used a bidet before in my life. And I'm like very much a lean forward, like elbows to knees when I shit kind of dude, scrolling
Get
on my phone. Get
that shit right out.
I'm looking at the wall and they got all these buttons for flush and bidet and stuff. And I'm like, I might as well use the bidet because the toilet paper is actual just fucking paper there. They don't have good toilet paper because they have bidets. You're pretty much
you just power wash your asshole.
Just supposed to dry that thing. I didn't know you have to lean back on that shit. So I'm leaning so far forward.
No.
I hit the bidet button. It shoots up the back of my sweatshirt and it hit the back of my hat brim because my hat was turned around fucking backwards, dude. Just sprayed with
power shot of water.
Just water meant for my asshole, hitting the back of my hat. It got the back of my neck wet. And I still had another 2.5 hour long connecting flight.
Fuck.
And I got soaked in fucking toilet water.
That's brutal.
Yeah. But
Damn.
I'll save the rest of the actual poop stories for another time. We got to use them sparingly.
You ever seen a European bidet?
Maybe.
It's kind of like a butt sink.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've
Like,
seen one of those.
I don't even know how you attempt to use that.
You got to take your pants fully off.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's like a pre-shower activity, I feel like.
It's got to feel good, though. I kind of want to use, like, you're talking about the ones where they got, like,
where it's, like, a smaller toilet, where it's got, like, a fucking...
the
like
ones
a
that are
nozzle.
built into the ground.
Yeah,
where, like,
yeah. Where it looks like a toilet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the butt sink.
I would use one of those while smoking a dart.
I'm just, like, not... like, how is that practical?
Can you imagine going to a public restroom, you got to take your pants off and then put your shoes back on?
Yeah.
And hang the pants up on the wall so you can squat and fucking...
So you can fucking rinse your asshole.
I might have to look up tutorials on how you use that.
Yeah, I've always been curious. Every time I go to Europe and I see one of those, I'm like, what? Like, how do you even attempt to use that?
Yeah.
Maybe we should ask my grandmother. Just be like, hey,
Yo,
out of curiosity.
how you dumping over here?
Yeah. How y'all use the butt sink?
Fuck. Once we run out of the poop stories, there's not much left. This podcast might end unless I keep shitting my pants.
The tugging stories are endless.
Tugging stories are endless. I haven't told that story on here yet.
I've been waiting for it because it's so good.
I sent you that video that day it happened. And I think you FaceTimed me later in the day, still crying.
Yeah, I think that you probably hold all top 5 of like the hardest I've ever laughed.
And I sent that video to you, and I should have known, but you were.
You
were with your wife at the time.
Me and my wife are attached by the hip, and she fucking watched. She heard this video in like the same time that I did.
The lowest point of my life.
Yeah, like you were down, like you were beaten down.
I was at the time. It might have been the most traumatic thing that happened to me.
It would be traumatic for a lot of people.
Yeah, but this was actually peak Fish Factory days. Like,
yeah, this is when you were where you're hucking trout, like
absolutely just slinging salmon at the Fish Factory. It's one of the very rare jobs where you get snow days. If it snows so much, the fish trucks can't come in.
Too heavy.
So it was my first. So I didn't know. This was back when my secretary, i.e. my parents, used to book my doctor's appointments. So I never knew when they were. But it was coincidentally a snow day. And I knew I wasn't going to have work, so I was sleeping in. And then my phone started buzzing. And it was 9 a.m, and I get a text that says, confirming your 9:30 a.m. physical. And it was one town away, and there was probably at the time 12 inches of snow on the ground. I was like, it makes no sense that they're still fucking open right now, but I have to be there.
Healthcare doesn't close.
No, so I fucking leap out of bed, just grab whatever clothes are on the floor, throw them on, and just start racing across town. Luckily, my car did good in the snow.
Yes.
So I made it there in the nick of time. Get there, empty waiting room. There's no one there. They only got one lady checking people in. Have a seat and we'll call your name. I'm like, I'm the only one here. Like, when that door opens, it's going to be me. The door opens. Very pretty girl. Like, very attractive.
A beautiful princess.
Absolute princess. Opens the door. Super friendly, too. She's like, hey, how are you? I'm like, good. And she's like, oh, it's your first time here? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'll show you around. Keep in mind, this was the last time I went to this doctor's office. I had that physician for exactly one checkup, and this was it. Opens the door, so friendly, so nice. Takes my height, takes my weight. Things are going good. Just making small talk, trying to make it not as awkward as it is. And then go and sit down in the waiting room or in the doctor's office on the little fucking paper sheet, dude. Hate that shit. And I happened to say to her, hey, this is pre-COVID because I asked her for a flu shot.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I don't fuck with that.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, can I get a flu shot while I'm in here? And she said, yeah, after the doctor sees you, I'll come back in afterwards and I'll give you a flu shot. And I was like, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much. She's very bubbly. Obviously, she's not going to fucking go on a date with a dude who hucks fish, but it's nice that she was easy to talk to.
Yes.
And everything's going good. Looks at my ears, looks at my eyes, whatever. She's like, all right, I just got to take your blood pressure. And it's the winter, so I have on a jacket, a sweatshirt, and a t-shirt. She's like, you just take that stuff off so I can put this blood pressure cuff on you? I'm like, yep. So she turns around to get the cuff. I take the jacket off. I hang it up. I take the I take the fucking sweatshirt off, dude. And she turns around and looks at me. And her eyes get so fucking big. And she, like, almost makes a noise. She's like, and, like, looks at me. And I was like, what's going on? And then immediate vibe shift. You can feel the vibe shift in this room. And I have no idea what's going on. And she just clams up immediately. Doesn't want to talk. Stops looking me in the eyes. Very much turns into a robot. Like, I'm going to do my job and get out of here. So she puts the blood pressure cuff on me, pumps it up without saying a word. Like, probably didn't even get the right blood pressure. And she's like, doctor will be right in, and runs out of the room. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Like, did I say something? Like, do I smell bad? I don't think I smell bad. Like, I clearly did something to upset this girl. I have no idea what it is. And they say the doctor will be right in. The doctor's never right in.
Yeah.
So I had time to ruminate.
Yeah.
They let me
thinking about this.
They let that shit marinate for like 5 minutes, and I cannot think of what the fuck I did for this girl to be just so, like, I got to run out of the room. So the doctor comes in, and he walks in, and he's like, fish? I'm like, yep. And he looks at me, and he looks over at me and goes, huh. And then he audibly looks at me and, like, smirks and goes, huh. And then goes into it. And he's just regular physical for whatever. And, like, for, like, 5 minutes just asking me, like, how my diet is, what I do for workout, any physical pains, just, like, chit-chatting, chopping it up. And then he's like, yeah, do you want to stand up and take your pants off so I can have, like, a look and stuff? Yep. So I stand up to take my pants off, and I'm looking down, to undo my belt and zipper. And I have on an all-red shirt with a fucking Jackson Pollock of a cum stain, literally from the bottom seam of the shirt up to, like, an inch and a half below the collar.
You shot like, directly up.
Clearly, I was lying down on my back the night before and just didn't even, like, pull the shirt up. Just absolutely laid a rope.
Busted on the shirt.
And it was, like, a very bright red shirt. So, like, the stain was clear as day what it was. It was directional. It was fatter on the bottom and leaned out, like, undeniably a massive fucking cum stain on my shirt. I stood up and I looked down at my shirt and then, like, looked at the doctor all horrified. And he was like, yeah. I was like, fuck, dude. So then at this point, I'm like, it definitely says fucking chronic masturbator in my fucking medical
For sure.
files. So I'm super embarrassed, and, like, I don't really mention it. The guy can tell I'm kind of being awkward about it, but doctor's very professional. And we get done with the appointment. All right, thank you. He's like, take this paperwork out, Frank. Give it to you. They'll book your next appointment. I threw that paperwork away. I didn't go to the doctors for like 2 years after this.
Yeah, you can't.
And he's like, all right, you'll be good. So I put the sweatshirt back on. I put the jacket back on. I'm like, I'm getting ready to get out of here. And doctor stands up and walks away, and he's like, she'll be back in to give you that flu shot. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, now you're going to face her again, this time knowing there's cum on you.
She walks back in holding, like, the little tray with the needle and the flu shot in, and she walks in, and I have the sweatshirt back on and the jacket zipped all the way up to, like, the zipper touching my chin. And she walks in and she just looks me in the eyes and she goes, you know, you're going to have to take that back off, right? And it just ruined me.
Oh, my God.
I drove home. I recorded that video I sent you of me freaking out. I think I called out of work the next day because of how depressed I was.
Yeah, that is just such like that is the worst possible thing that could ever happen to you.
Yeah.
Being confronted with somebody that you do not know, knowing that you jerk off.
Yeah. But like, it's not just
jerking off. It's the fact that you like. you just a gigantic like a load so big you almost swallowed that load.
It was probably like leaning back now and like trying to size it out. It was like at least 18 inches of cum, just straight up the front of the shirt,
right up the front.
You can't live that down,
man, dude. Speaking of things you can live down, I remember. You know how like when you're jerking off by yourself, like you never know.
What do you mean by yourself?
yeah.
Who else you jerking off?
All right, fair enough. It's the jerk buds. You just do your thing, and you don't know how other people do it until you cross reference with your buddies to figure out what you're doing. I don't know. I'm definitely not the only person to do this, but I was a big fan of the just jerking off on the toilet and just dumping it right in the toilet. Just get rid of it right away. I don't want to touch it.
I tried that once. I thought I didn't know proper technique until I was like at least in high school.
I couldn't do proper technique when I started.
No,
jerking
I'm talking
off.
about
My
like
dick was too small.
This is proper. Like I was like.
You were joysticking it.
Yeah. I was hitting that thing. I was fucking Doc Ocking it, dude. I was straight up giving it like one of these. I was just. I was like hitting that thing with the claw machine. I was trying to get a Pickle Rick plushie with the claw machine. Is the technique I was hitting
just sending on it
for
slowly.
years, dude.
You're hitting the claw. That's insane,
dude. When I first started, dude, I was hitting the world's smallest violin.
Yeah, dude.
I used to
the
just
2-hand pinch,
just the two-finger
pinch. I know exactly what you're talking about.
For a
dude.
while, that was intro.
That's beginners. That's jerk off 101 right there.
They skipped that in health class. They should teach you.
Yeah, you got to get the technique, dude. The fact that you were hitting that shit with the claw.
I was at least 2 years straight of hitting it with the Doc Ock.
Oh my god! How do you even? How long did that take? You must have been like exhausted, dude. Hand cramping up.
I'll probably have carpal tunnel by the age of 30 from this one technique alone.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's also funny because I have multiple videos on my phone of different I can show you on my phone. I have multiple videos of disabled Asian dudes jerking off on the train. Have I shown you those?
No, you have not, but I do not doubt.
I'll pull them up for you after. One guy was hitting the driving the bus technique, which looks like this. I call that one the driving the bus, and then there's another dude. He same outfit as me, white t-shirt, black sweatpants, but he's sitting next to a girl on the bus, just
tugging. Oh,
tugging,
dude. That's something. The cultures where they don't get to talk to women enough to the point where they're just like are ready to
cranking on the subway.
Yeah, it's such a different level of horny. Like we think.
Dude, you remember it went so viral, that dude who was jerking off on people at the Dollar Tree?
Yeah. He just like he just
did a drive-by, just came on that lady's leg and ran.
Yeah, I remember it like probably like 10 years ago. There was like a video going around on Twitter of some dude doing like a drive-by cum shot walking out of the subway. He was like walking up the stairs in the subway, and he just like busted a nut on this girl's jacket and then just kept it stepping. She didn't even know.
That goes to the goon or the you've seen the picture of the baby bird with cum on it, right?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
That was my favorite reaction meme to send for a while. I answered every text message with the cum bird.
You ever hear the story of the cum box?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh my god.
100%.
That's got to be the most repulsive thing.
Cum box is up there with piss drawer.
Yeah. I don't what is the obsession with dudes coming on the same thing over and over again? Like
I've never been a fan of that.
Neither have I. Like if the fact that there's dudes out there that embrace the crusty towel lifestyle blows my mind. Or even the socks. I don't like buying socks, dude. I'm not coming on socks. Those are valuable.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the best thing to do is just crank and get right in the shower. That's my MO. That was
Crank
always
shower.
my game, was crank
That's
before
why I
the
used to
shower.
do the pump and dump, brother. Right in the
Yeah.
toilet.
Or
Get
just
rid of
crank
it.
right into the shower.
I don't want that shit on me. I don't have to touch my own fucking waste.
Yeah. It's all just actually extra vitamins your body couldn't absorb.
It's like the dudes that do like the cum jar stuff. That's full on mental illness. There's no fixing that, dude. When they put the figure
Yeah.
in the jar, just collect it. So gross, dude.
It also makes you think.
Makes you think about what?
Like, lifetime earnings. How many jars would I have filled by now? I did the math at work one day. Actually, I was debating a guy at work about how long it'd take to fill a 5-gallon bucket. And it wasn't as long as you'd think. I forget. I'd have to run through the numbers again.
Daily ejac. How many
Yeah.
times? 2 times? 2 times a day? 3 times? Would you be doing 3 a days or 2 a days?
We also factored in supplements.
Diminishing returns.
We
of
did, like-
course, the more you do it, but
Like, we did, like, the top end of maximum
oh,
load.
what's the thing that makes your fucking
Zinc, magnesium.
yes?
They have
yeah.
cum pills you can take.
Dude.
They're big in the gay community. Gay guys love big loads.
That makes sense. Big cocks, big loads.
Breaking news: gay guys love
Big-
cum.
Yeah, gay dudes love.
But
cum.
they sell, like, they're not Rhino X pills. I think they call what were they called? I have them saved in a group chat somewhere. But it was a really funny name that you wouldn't think they're cum pills, but once you know they're cum pills, it makes
Yeah, it checks
makes
out. You're
sense.
like, all right, I see it now.
Fuck. Yeah. Is this what being an adult is? Just talking about shit and crank?
I just think the majority of what we talk about is just always going to be related between these two topics.
What
I-
happens?
I just think it's dudes drink, they
Shit.
complain about their jobs,
Yeah.
talk about their wives, talk about shitting, and talk about coming.
Yeah.
That would probably be the majority of my conversations that I have.
Honestly, same here.
Probably 90%. I just don't know what else do you talk about?
At work, the people I don't like, I'll only talk to them about Fortnite. When someone tries to talk to me about anything, would you do? I played so much Fortnite.
Dude,
What are you doing after work?
I was
Fortnite.
cranking 90s yesterday.
Yeah,
dude,
would- I-
all night.
I work with this one guy, and he's like, "What are you doing this week?" I'm playing Fortnite. I will not tell him anything about my personal life except my Fortnite stats.
Yeah.
It's a good way to get people away from you.
Then they think you're the freak.
Yeah, I do play a lot of Fortnite, but it's fun.
There's nothing wrong with Fortnite.
No.
Fortnite's kind of like the perfect game, you know? It's everything you want.
Yeah, people say it's a game for babies, but no, that's Minecraft.
Minecraft, yeah, I would agree with that. Minecraft also, won't lie, perfect game. Can't go wrong.
Oh yeah, everyone.
You fire up the craft, dude, you're in for a good night.
I'd say I'm at the point where every 4 years I'll play for like a
you
week
fire up
straight.
the world, make a nice trip to the nether. Get some fucking once you get the glowstone in your house, now a couple fucking the what the fuck do they call that? You know, like the nether marble.
Yeah, I haven't played past the updates. I've always played like the bootleg Xbox 360 version. So I've never had any updates.
I haven't
past
played
2012.
Minecraft in like probably 5 years, but there's our friend that moved out west, dude. He plays it like probably once every 2 months, and he's like, some of the shit that he talks about, I'm like, dude, I got no idea what you're talking about. Not a fucking clue.
Maybe that's what we should do. Is we should put Minecraft. Nah. We
Do
can't.
some Minecraft
'Cause
on our
then just
clips.
fucking disabled kids will watch it all day. If we
True.
Put the Minecraft. On
Isn't
the
that
clip.
kind of what we're looking for, though?
Yeah.
The Subway Surfers crowd can't be that much more advanced than the Minecraft crowd.
That is true.
I will say right now, there's a clear difference in the quality of views on the clips based off of Subway Surfers alone.
Yeah.
Like, there's a vast disparity.
I'm gonna start sending you Fortnite clips. I feel like people would stop to watch those.
People would. I agree. I also feel like the AI, people yapping at the bottom helps.
Yeah.
I never realized, like, when I watch Reels, how many times there's, like, some dude creeping in the bottom. Like, why do you think that is?
It's brain rot. It's such brain rot.
Like, how does that work?
I don't know. And people make legit fucking money off this shit, which is wild.
Yeah, like the dudes that do movie clips, they probably make like thousands of dollars in revenue a month, right?
Yeah, the dude's just screen recording Young Sheldon all day, posting those things. But it's all like Sri Lankans. We're like, oh, they're making bank, and then that's some dude in Bangladesh who made $200
with 75 phones.
Yeah,
just cranking out CapCut nonstop.
yeah.
It's all it takes, man.
It's a good life.
One man, CapCut, and a dream. And
Yeah.
eventually you'll be able to clip enough movies for you to make money.
Yeah. I'm trying to be on the cutting edge of whatever the next internet trend is. I'm going to get into it early. I missed gloving. Sliding was always gay.
Gloving and sliding. And then it moved directly to... I feel like the looks maxing really took over.
Looks
after that.
maxing took over.
You know what we got to do? We got to get a youth correspondent.
Yeah.
That way we can truly get to the source of like why things are the way they are.
Yeah, but we can't have... Yeah. We need to get in touch with Gen Alpha.
Yeah. Figure out what
Are
makes...
people in Gen Alpha 18 yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we need to get a different generation on here. Ask them their takes.
Chop it up, pick their brain, figure it out.
We should.
I think
And then we also we need an old head. Where can we find an old head?
The way that we get an old head is we go to a place in town
Yeah.
with this to record. And we bring an extra microphone.
Yeah.
And eventually an old man will stumble over to us and just start talking.
Mm. Yeah. It'd be sick if we could take this set up to like an airport terminal.
That would be pretty tough.
I feel like podcasting from the air. That might be the new. Can you imagine if we just once a week bought refundable tickets through Delta
And just went
and
to
drove to the big airport around here
Yeah.
and just sat in the Sky Lounge interviewing people? There's that fucking stupid Egyptian dude who does the subway takes. I had that idea 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I had that idea 10 years ago.
You were too young.
I was too young. I was going to call it Teas and Twees, and it was going to be people drinking twisted tea on the tea. Talking shit.
That would certainly work.
And that inspired, very evident, was the logo behind the original pod, which didn't work out. But, yeah, fuck that guy. What's his name? Kareem? I just blocked him on Instagram today.
You never want to see that shit again.
I'm sick of him,
fuck
dude.
that.
Tell me your worst take. I think all door handles should be round. 100% disagree. Like it's
It's like that. Yeah. That's just like slop, though.
it's millennial core slop. Millennials are the worst.
They just got the internet too late for it to be cool. You know.
Yeah.
When you're like the people that were on MySpace were truly using those like rage memes.
Yes.
Like non-ironically. And it just formed like those rage memes are so specific to a type of humor and they just never progressed past it. And we were able to do that from like what, ages like 8 all the like we got past that by like 10.
I know a lot of people between the ages of like let's say 30 and 40. Know a bunch of people. I know maybe 5 people in that age range who are cool.
Yeah.
The rest of them are fucking dorks.
It's a tough age range because they're like medieval internet.
There's some dude who fucking I don't work with him, but he's on the same job site I'm on, and he's like 32, and he's a very much like a millennial core internet user, and it's so cringe.
He's like a cat meme, like must-has coffee guy.
Yes, that sort of guy.
Those are the people that need to die.
Yeah,
We need to get them out of the
and
gene
he thought
pool.
I was the same age as him for a while.
That's concerning.
And then he said something about his ex-wife. And I was like, aren't you young to have an ex-wife? He's like, I have 2 ex-wives. I'm like, how old are you? He's like, I'm 32. I'm like, dude, at the time, I'm like, I'm 24, dude. I was like, 8 years is a big difference.
Huge.
I don't like. Yeah, I probably do look like shit. Like I'm in my 30s sometimes, but like I'm not on that level.
Yeah. The level of disappointment to be 32 and double divorced.
So funny.
You're 50 and double divorced, that's one thing. You're fucking 32, double divorced, it's like, bro.
And this guy also lives in the boonies. He lives where that job is.
Does he? Jesus.
Yeah. So it's like, you ran through all the pussy in town. You live in a town.
Yeah, you had
live in
4 girls to have sex with. You had sex with 2 of them, and then they told the other 2 that you could have sex with not to have sex with you.
Yeah, that's rough. So I see why he's been pretty angry recently.
Yeah, he's just taking it out on you at all times.
It's like, dude, I don't care. I'm going to leave this job site and I'm going to go do something fucking stupid that's not hanging out in the woods.
Yeah.
Like, what'd you do this weekend?
No, those are the dudes.
I hung out in the woods. It's like, that sucks.
Those are dudes like, I brought my moonshine out to my hunting stand and I drank some shine while I was waiting for a deer to come by.
I picked up a 30 rack and hopped on the snowmobile and ran out into the woods and got drunk by myself.
Like, dude, that's so tough. It's so tough to be alone, dude. You're such a badass savage for being alone, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You're so sick. And those are the guys that are like, dude, I've been burned so many times. It's so overrated to have friends. It's like, yeah, it's because you're a faggot, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hang out with you.
Yeah, I love when you follow those people and you see what they like on Instagram.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
It's like what's that shit? The wolf does not concern themselves with the thoughts of sheep. It's like, bro.
Yeah, I loved those memes got big and then people started making the fake ones. The best one is the early bird rapes the worm. that is by far.
I had somebody text me the other day. Heavy is the butt that holds the fart. I was like, that was
those
good.
Are good. And it's so funny because millennials are so fucking sad and depressing, and then you go one generation above. Like I have an uncle. Me and him send the most retarded shit back and forth. Like what he finds peak funny, I also find.
It's crazy
peak
what
funny.
10 years does, dude. Like,
it's like a picture like Michelle Obama Photoshop, so it looks like she has a dick. And then it's like breaking news: Obama second biggest penis in the White House, and he sends that shit to me, and I laugh.
So.
And then I send him back something fucking stupid.
I've noticed there's been like I don't know if this is just my algorithm thing. Sometimes I'll get like videos of like women walking in dresses and then like they'll zoom in on like the crotch area and they'll make it look like it's a fucking dick flopping.
Yes.
And I'm like, and they're just like, see, they're all dudes.
It's like trans-anon. It's like QAnon.
Conspiracy theories.
I'm trying to think who it was. There's someone who, it was Demesto. I need to bring up Demesto. I don't know if now is the time for it, but Demesto was trying to tell me that Megan Fox is trans.
Megan Fox is a beautiful angel.
Yeah.
He needs to watch his mouth.
Yeah, she was. She also has 3 trans kids, though, so it could run in the family.
Huh?
Yeah, she's got 3 trans kids.
Oh, for 3, huh?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You might make it.
That's what happens when your kids have nannies.
Do I have time for Demesto?
We're at 58. We went an hour 10 like last week.
All right.
Fuck it.
The second one was better last week. Dude, by far the craziest person I've met in my life, but I can't say it. But the craziest person I met in my life was this dude I worked with who was fucking ripped. This guy was jacked. He was 42 years old. He looked like fucking G.I. Joe. This dude had a 12-pack year-round, chiseled jaw, handsome. The hottest dude of all time. No homo. Yeah. This guy was so hot. And he seemed normal. Everyone who met this guy was probably like, oh, this guy won life. And then after the 2-minute part of where you talk to him, you realize this guy's batshit crazy and should be locked up. We used to call him Demesto because you'd meet this guy and he'd be normal, nice, and friendly. And then less than 5 minutes into every conversation, he would tell you, yeah, I'm fighting to get custody of my 3 kids back because I got arrested for domestic violence against my wife. And he just like casually work that into conversation and keep going. And we're like, hold on. Can you back up?
Yeah, run that back.
And he's like, yeah, it was a big misunderstanding, whatever. But they arrested me. I lost custody of all 4 kids. I'm trying to fight for my home back and to see my children again. And he just like brushed by it so casually, and we were all like,
passing.
"Whoa!" And then I worked with this guy long enough, and pretty much him and his wife just have wild stim sex.
Yeah.
They just
yeah.
Yeah.
You have told me about this motherfucker.
yeah, him and his wife would just like split an 8-ball and just like beat each other up and fuck. And he showed me a picture of his wife. His wife was also smoking hot.
Oh.
And this guy, like, I'm not joking, looked like Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
But taller. I guess, long story short, dude, fucking, they're getting horny, whatever. They fucked right before dinner. And then during dinner, they started roughhousing because that gets to a certain point.
They're gearing up.
You're smoking hot, your wife's smoking hot, you're on cocaine. Of course, you're going to beat each other up before sex. But I guess allegedly, in front of the kids, he mushed her face. And she started crying.
Jesus.
And the kids called the cops. They took the kids
Oh,
away.
my fucking God,
They
dude.
took the kids away. He got arrested. Whatever. But this guy had certifiable fucking brain damage because he would tell everyone. We'd be in line at the supply house.
And he'd be telling it to
he'd be there to
the
pick up
dude
like
next
2
to him.
parts, and he would tell the guy he beat his wife. So we used to, I said he's Demesto. He's a superhero who was sent. He was sent back in time to beat up his wife, which is bad. Again, domestic violence is not funny, but this guy was so crazy. And then he was
borderline proud of it at that point.
He was
everybody
an MMA fighter, so he had brain damage clearly. And
he's very qualified to abuse
say
his wife.
so many crazy things, but I was like 20 at the time, 22 maybe, and I'd be driving to work with him, and I'd be driving, he'd be sitting passenger, and he'd be like fighting with his lawyers and shit on the phone. I remember one time we were driving to work, and it's 5:30 in the morning. He's texting out a long text message, and then gets to the point where he has to do type to speech because he couldn't spell a word. So he's texting, and I see like the fucking bubble getting bigger and bigger and bigger. This guy's writing a paragraph, and then he hits the text to speech, and he goes, psychiatric evaluation. and then turns it off and keeps fucking typing, and I'm like, this guy's gonna fucking kill me. He's gonna snap one day. And he hated everyone we worked with. He only worked with us maybe 6 weeks, and then he quit. I had so much fun with him in 6 weeks because I realized he was just a fucking...
He's just a fucking meathead.
He was a retarded person.
Yeah.
It was so funny. Trying to think of what else. He used to say gay shit without knowing he was saying gay shit. Clearly had PTSD from being kicked in the head training MMA.
Yeah.
But we were working one day, and he was running a jackhammer all day, and the jackhammer got him real fired up.
Yeah.
And then it's lunchtime, so lunchtime comes around, and he drops the jackhammer, and he's just like flexing like a fucking gorilla. And he goes, "Oh, I just wish sometimes 3 dudes would try to take me from behind."
Oh my God.
Like,
Jesus.
yo,
Like,
this
slow
guy's
the
fucking
fuck
retarded. And then, like, to anyone else, that sounds so gay. And then he's talking about what he's gonna do once he wins the house back from his ex-wife. And he's like, "Yep, when I get the house back, I'm gonna put an addition on it. I'm getting the back blown out. We're gonna put a big family room at the back of the house. So I'm calling the contractor right now. Gonna see if he'll blow the back out for me."
Jesus,
doesn't know
dude.
he's saying gay.
Zero awareness.
He was so crazy. I don't think he ever won the house back. I don't think he ever got custody back. This was like 4 years ago now.
No way.
I'm with him in the van on lunch, and I'm eating a sandwich, and he's like, "You mind if I make a phone call?" I'm like, "No." And he calls a contractor on speakerphone. It might be one of the most insane things I've ever fucking seen. The amount of mental disability you have to do this. Calls a contractor, some hardscaper, and he's like, "Yeah, I need a quote." And the guy's like, "What do you need a quote for?" He's like, I'm trying to like redo the area around my pool." He's like, I don't know if I should go with like stamped concrete or we should go like patio pavers. Like, what would the difference be like per square foot to get this done? And the contractor's like, well, it depends. Like, what do you care more about more? Like the cost, or do you want it to look good? Or it's like, what do you want to consider? And he's like, I really don't care what it costs. He's like, I kind of just, I want something where the kids aren't going to slip on it, that's going to last for a couple years, that I don't have to get repainted or touched up. And the guy's like, yeah, what we could do is like a stamped concrete with the stain around it and all this, that, the other thing. And the contractor goes, yeah, so, I mean, I could give you a ballpark through the phone right now, or I could come out and check it out. He's like, what do you want to do? He's like, if you give me a ballpark, that'd be great. And the contractor's like, all right, well, like, how big's the pool, and then how much around the pool do you want to do? And the guy goes, actually, the pool's not built yet. I beat my wife up, and I'm trying to win out. I beat my wife up, and she has the house right now. But as soon as I win the house back in court, we're gonna build the pool, and then we're gonna put the patio. Like, being so batshit crazy. A, you have to get the house back. B, you have to get custody of the kids again.
C, the pool.
You have to build a pool. D, you have to build the patio. And I think he was, like, deep in his head, he realized he couldn't get his wife back. He couldn't get the house back. He couldn't get the kids back. He couldn't build the pool. The only thing he could do that day to make himself feel better
was to call on it.
Was to call the contractor and get the quote for the patio that goes around the pool.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I have so many stories about that guy. That was one of my favorite.
Must have been one hell of a face mush.
Yeah, dude. And then he's like, and then her dad wanted to file charges against me, and he's like kind of the whole reason this is happening. And I met up with her like 2 weeks ago, and we fucked in my car. And I think he told me they went to the same dentist, and he bumped into her there, and they fucked in the car. And then she was still actively pressing charges. It was weird.
Nice, dude.
This guy was fucked up.
That's the American dream right there.
It is the American. It's just stim sex with your wife.
Yeah.
Pours over into.
And then running into her, your now ex-wife who's pressing charges against you. And then running into her and fucking her in the
I thought
car.
we were going to reconcile. I was like, dude, you're just a cokehead. And your wife's also a cokehead.
She's a couple cokeheads. It's a modern day love story.
I still got his phone number. I should reach out to him.
Text him.
This is the scariest thing I've said on the podcast. If there's people who are going to hear this who know who I'm talking about, and they could send this to him. This guy would kill me.
You think?
Yes.
Did he know that you called him Domesto, though?
I don't think he knew I called him Domesto, but I think...
Yeah, but as far as he's concerned, it wasn't... It was just a misunderstanding. So
yeah. As long as we don't put this part of this is end of the episode, no one's going to make it
this
was
far. Tucked way back.
We just can't clip this. But the real fans, dude, they'll rip Domesto.
I was thinking about clipping it, but I won't clip it now.
Okay.
This will not be a clip. I don't even think that you could... I don't know how the algorithm works, but I feel like that's probably a no-no, generally speaking.
And again, I want to be clear.
We are anti-beating your wife.
We are anti-wife beaters here. That is...
But as always, funny is funny. There's not much you can do.
Yeah.
If there's a guy that's willing to call a contractor for a fictional house with his fictional wife, his fictional kids, his fictional pool, and a fictional patio, it's definitely funny. Oh, dude. Shit. It's like Domesto's here with us.
Yeah, I think that's us telling us to.
Yeah, we got a fucking cricket in here. All right, watch for the clips.
Yeah,
we do have a Twitter now.
Yeah, and just don't. Hey, some personal advice for everyone out there: don't put the patio before the pool.
Yeah,
don't put the pool before the house. Don't put the house before custody of kids. Don't put the kids before the wife, and more importantly, don't beat your wife, people.
There's many levels. All right.